Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Thursday, the 15th. We do have round one of continuing today across the area, rain and snow. We're already seeing some of the snow levels, especially where these heavier bands of precipitation have occurred overnight, dropping to the valley floors. Otherwise, snow levels 4,500, 5,500 feet, maybe around 6,000 feet in a few spots. The wind has continued to lead to some upslope and downslope conditions depending on where you are, but I think the bigger impact, at least for today, is going to be some gusty winds leading to some blowing and drifting snow, especially in the higher elevations. Now, the next round occurs with the next system dropping south. That's later tonight and continues through tomorrow. We get a break before the next round comes in to round out this weekend. So, on the satellite, we continue to watch the main low area of low pressure to our north and west, but a pretty good area of moisture for lifting southwest to northeast over the area today. This will be shifting to the east as we go through the daytime hours. Our weather risk outlook: there will be some impacts around, but most of them will be more widespread in the higher elevations. For tomorrow, with the next round coming through, it looks like the more impacts will be over eastern areas, maybe over portions of the highest elevations of the central mountains. Depends on how the system comes through. We do have a cold front coming through with this as well. There's that break, and precipitation returns for Sunday, and a little lesser chance, but some precipitation coming through on Monday. So how are things going with the forecast? There are some timing differences, and we're going to take a look at how our forecast, what we're currently going with, which is faster timing with the front for tomorrow. We go through the day. At least for today, we'll start to see most of the precipitation confined to the higher elevations. As we go through the day, you'll notice the winds becoming more west and southwest across the entire area. They've been more southerly over a good chunk of the area last night and this morning. We go into this afternoon. We still have most of our showers in the higher elevations. We do have where we get some clearing this afternoon, some instability showers that are expected to develop. Now, we go into tonight. You'll see a little better chance of precipitation overspreading the area, and this is when we're going to start seeing when this cold front might come through tomorrow. And like I said, this is the forecast we're going with. Some of the models are going faster. Some of them are a good 6+ hours slower with that cold front that comes through tomorrow afternoon or evening, depending on which model you look at. So, as we go through tomorrow, you can see mid-morning we have a decent band that extends from Island Park back to between Idaho Falls and Blackfoot, given the general area, on out across the Arco Desert. And we go by about lunchtime, you can see that band extending generally somewhere around Palisades, maybe down towards Freedom, Wyoming, back across the Pocatello area, across the Snake Plain, and to some extension up into the Central Mountains. The quicker models follow this timing. The slower models have that boundary in this general location around 5 o'clock. So we're talking several hours slower. And that will depend on likely when the snow will end from north to south tomorrow, obviously. Maybe a little bit of intensity along this front because, again, we could see some snow rates of more than 1 inch per hour, some gusty winds. I would not be shocked if it's February. Could see a lightning or strike or two along the boundary. Even if we don't see that, we'll see some enhanced snowfall as it comes through. And then we'll see that boundary shifting south and southwestward through tomorrow afternoon. And like I said, the slower timing has it down around the south end of Bear Lake, the Utah side of the Cache Valley, on up towards Burley and in the Wood River Valley area by 5 o'clock. That's the faster timing. The slower timing would probably put that through closer to midnight tomorrow night. But the trend is, as soon as we get this front out of here, we quickly dry out tomorrow night over all of central and eastern Idaho. So looking back to the forecast, here we go. This is for this morning. Some of those gusts, 35 to 45 miles an hour, as we get the first wave to clear out, get some clearing, get some gusty winds. The winds will start dying down later on today. The strongest will be this morning, and that's where we're going to catch some of those southwest gusts, 35 to 45. But you'll see most of the precipitation. It's ending over the central mountains where we had some decent upslope this morning, some lingering heavier showers over the Sawtooths, but the heavier precipitation certainly east of I-15 up in the higher elevations. We go into this afternoon, things become more showery over the area. the lower elevations, the Snake Plain, I would not be shocked if we, like yesterday, some of these showers had a little bit of graupel mixed in. I don't think we'll necessarily see all rain or all graupel or all snow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a mix of all three today. But you'll notice those gusts continue, especially over the upper end of the Snake Plain in the eastern highlands. Those gusts 25 to 35 miles an hour, maybe a little higher in a few spots, but that's mainly earlier in the afternoon. As we get later in the afternoon, those wind gusts continue to die off. For this afternoon, temperatures generally 40 to 50 degrees over the lower elevations. You get up towards Chalice near 40. Most even some of the higher valleys staying right around freezing or just above freezing for this afternoon. So we're going to step through tonight. You'll start to see precipitation intensifying over the central mountains, also lingering heavier precipitation, the big holes, the Tetons up into the Centennials as well. Not much going across the Snake Plain. There are some of those gusts continuing overnight, 20 to 30 miles per hour, a few spots a little bit higher overnight. They're still out of the south and out of the west and southwest. As we go into tonight, you'll start to see that heavy band of gusty wind shifting southward. That's because of that current forecast of the faster timing of the cold front coming across the divide. Some enhanced snow over the big holes, the Tetons, also along the Wyoming border. Also increased chances of snow over the higher elevations, especially once you get to mid and upper elevations along the Montana border, and again, the Sawtooth and surrounding areas. Lows tomorrow morning, we continue to watch many areas at or just above freezing, mid-30s over portions of the Magic and Treasure Valleys. Where we don't see that, where we even get a little bit of the colder air filter in, it will already be down into the teens for tomorrow morning. Now, with the faster timing, there's that enhanced area of snow that extends all the way from around Driggs, the Tetons, all the way over towards Craters of the Moon. Snowfall rates 1 inch per hour or even a little bit higher are possible. This is just kind of a guesstimate on the snow, kind of middle of the road forecast. We could certainly see less. We could certainly see more depending on the timing of this boundary. But you'll see those gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour continuing. Ahead of the boundary, they'll still be out of the west and southwest. With the boundary coming through, they'll start to come in out of a northerly direction during the day tomorrow, even if it's the slower timing. And we'll continue to see the main push of snow pushing southward along and ahead of that boundary tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening across the area. Highs tomorrow, we get the cooler air filtering in. It stays in the mid to upper 40s over the Treasure and Magic Valleys behind the boundary. Since we get a little bit cooler air in, we'll see some of these temperatures only pushing in the mid-30s before we get a brief shot of colder air going into Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, it's going to be a chilly morning. Where we clear out, it's going to be in the single digits above to single digits below zero, otherwise teens and 20s. With some sunshine, we'll see some 30s and 40s across the lower elevations. For Sunday, we start to pick it back up a little warmer in the morning because of some cloud cover and the moisture moving into the area. A little bit cooler in the afternoon in some areas, especially across the north. Monday into Tuesday, we'll start to see those temperatures rebounding across the area. So once again, round one today, we got some gusty winds, some blowing and drifting snow. The next round is for tonight and tomorrow. Another break before we get the next round to round out the weekend. Have a great day. If you're going to be traveling today, make sure you're checking the latest forecasts and road conditions. Do stay safe out there, everyone.